Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Steven on Ontario Telescope. Welcome to another edition of Ontario Telescope TV. I am back. I'm back, right? So as you know, I was at NEAF last week, and I got to see some really cool stuff. Nice to see there was more people out there this year than there was last year. Understandably, last year we had the solar eclipse like the weekend before, and here we are, right? A year later, and it went well. There was more people. It was exciting to see. Good to see some old faces and friends again from various events and star parties and so on. I got to see the guys from Skywatcher. They're always a hoot. My understanding is that they're coming up to Starfest this year as well, and they're the sponsors for something. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But anyways, they're coming up and probably bring up their toys and show us some really cool things. So good to see them again, the entire crew. Got to see some people from StellaVita and iOptron, my good friends at iOptron. I have something to show you from iOptron that's really neat. And ZWO was there in full force. They had their new 585 MC Air camera on display. We're expecting to see that hit the market in June, as well as a new EAF Pro. I think it's called the Pro, which is kind of neat because it's got a battery built into it. It's the same battery that's used for the C-Star S30, and it actually has an on-off switch, but it has buttons for remote in and out, and it's wireless. So if you're using an ASI Air, you can connect to it wirelessly and do your focusing wirelessly. One less battery to worry about. It does have a USB port on it, though, if you want to continuously power it, which I think is important, especially in our colder climates. I wouldn't really rely on that battery for all that long, knowing how long my C-Star S30 lasts. But then the C-Star S30 is doing a lot more than a focuser would be doing. So, yeah, no big deal. So, okay, let me show you something really neat, right? I got this from my iOptron while I was there, and this is a really cool device that you might have seen on our website. You'll probably see an email on it soon, but I think this answers a lot of questions for a lot of customers, or helps them out, especially if you have particular scopes, and I'll get into it. So earlier this month, or late last month, iOptron released their IEAF, or what do they call it? IAF, their inline automatic focuser. This is a 2-inch version of it. This is really cool. So there's a couple of neat features on it. There's this. Okay, when you get the focuser, this is all you're going to get. You're going to get the focuser, and you're going to get a 2-inch adapter on the back. There's an optional adapter here right now for 48 millimeter T-ring type connection, but you got a 2-inch visual back on it, and this connection on the front, this is actually optional. This is for a GSO style RC. There it is. Right now, if you have a larger one with the 3-inch, you can get one of those as well. Then you can get into a larger focuser. So this will connect to the back of an RC scope. So now we can get rid of that lower quality focuser that's there that slips a lot, and we can get into a really good automated focuser. Even though you can put a focuser on those focusers, not electric focuser on those focusers, a focus motor. I'm still not a big fan of it because it is a Crayford, and it can slip very easily, and it's really touchy to tune. So this is a really good upgrade for it. They're really not all that expensive. You're going to be into it for about $600 or so. But anyways, so here's what's really neat about it. This uses their inline focusing system, and what it is, the motor is up here. It's not on the bottom where it would slide it back and forth, right? There is there's a gear up here, and it will start spinning, right, and move the focuser in and out very smoothly. So there's no binding or any of that. So it's another way of doing it. It has a temperature sensor built into it as well. We have our USB ports on it to connect to it. We can, do a little bit of fine tuning, right? And we have a wheel here, right? And this is actually this is for electronic focusing in and out. But this focuser here, I don't know if you can see it. It is moving. See there's the indicator. Keep turning it. See, it's moved. So we're at about 8.5 millimeters. Keep turning this a little bit. Right there, we're now at 10 millimeters. So we have manual focus here too, which is really nice when we want to get roughly in focus and then tell our software to do an automatic focus from there and get really pinpoint stars. So this is extremely accurate. We're talking microns of movement to get really focused. So if you really want to spend the time and tune in your focuser to get that razor sharp pinpoint focus, this will do the trick for you. Now, it's not just available for RC scopes, but that's what they have adapters for. But they also have adapters for Celestron SCTs. They have adapters for some ASCAR stuff, and they will be coming out with adapters for Starfield. I have a really good relationship with iOptron. We're good buddies, and that's why I was able to literally pick this up. I said, Roger, I'm taking this home. And their reply was, yeah, no problem, go ahead, right? Because, that's the type of friends we are. So I came away with some other goodies as well. I'll have set up in the shop. Anyways, yeah, so this is the new IAFS. This is a 2-inch version. There is a 3-inch version as well. If these are on the website, and we can get these for you. So this is really neat. Really cool. So I like this a lot. So we'll put this aside. Now, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. And I'm gonna talk about a new device. I got to play with this. They were actually in the iOptron booth as well, and this is gonna answer a lot of questions for a lot of people when it comes to a grab and go system. Connecting to third-party equipment that's not ZWO in the field or in wherever, right? And this is the TubeTech StellaVita, also referred to as the Astro Station. This was something that Ontario Telescope does not sell this. This is sold through Starfield, so you can go to store.starfieldoptics.com and you can find it there. I'll put a link in the comments later on. But this is the new StellaVita from TubeTech. I got to play with this. I downloaded the app. It is available for iOS and for Android. And this was really cool. I really liked it. It automatically connected to all the iOptron stuff that was there. I looked at the supported mounts. There's a very good selection of mounts. Just about everyone. Cameras, ZWO, KHY, TubeTech. They're all in here. Different filter wheels. Attic is in there as well. Starfield Optics filter wheels are in here. They're under the original trade name Zygle, but it's in here. So it's really cool. I'm going to open it up. We'll take a quick look at it. All right, so there's some accessories, cables, and such in here. But there we go. This is it. That tape off. There we go. Okay. This is packaged really nice, actually. All right, so that's it. That's the StellaVita. All right. We have 4 ports on the side. It does look familiar to something else. I will say that. Power switch, antenna connection. But this is what's really neat. I haven't seen this before, right? There's a proper SD card slot here. It's not a micro SD, but a proper SD card slot, which is really interesting. Tells me that they put some kind of a hat on this to do that. And then you have the USB 2 connection as well. So yeah, this is really neat, and it is available now for purchase through Starfield. So store.starfieldoptics.com. You'll see it there. We do have them in stock. Starfield has them in stock. So yeah, this is really neat. Now, I also got to play with the QHY Quarks while I was down there, which is another interesting product. They only have 2 power ports on it. It's a slightly different arrangement. It's still using a Raspberry Pi. You can, it's not the easiest thing to do, but you can go to their Discord server and you can do some searching around. You can find the links to their Google Drive, and you can download the software. Now, you have to download one version, and then you have to download the update, which will have all the drivers in it. There's 2 updates. Get the bigger update, and then you can go from there. It's a large file to download, so just a bit of warning. We're talking gigs. But in any case, you can download the Quarks, and you can try it out, throw it on a Raspberry Pi. They've made it open source, which is really neat. So you can either buy their complete package that has all the power options and everything on it, or you can throw it onto a Raspberry Pi 4 or 5, and it will it'll work as well. I've done that. I played with it a little bit. Dr. Q actually showed me the system, and it was really neat. I got to play with it a little bit, but I feel that it needs a little bit more refinement. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. I probably am. But when I select an object in the Stellarium, they use Stellarium, which is really neat. Select an object in Stellarium and say go to, my mount's not going. And their mount labeling needs a little bit of work. So for example, iOptron, I couldn't find an iOptron driver for my HEM15 as I was expecting to find something like I did in here. I had to use iMate, which is iOptron's version of this. And I thought that labeling was incorrect, but it worked for my mount, right? I was able to control it. It did a good job, but the go-to just wasn't there. I want to try it on my Skywatcher mount and see what the difference is, but I think it needs a little more refinement. It's not ready for prime time yet. But if you want to tinker with something, hey, check it out. You can download it and try it and see what if it works for you. Again, it supports third-party devices, and it just works. I think works really. It could work really well once they get things kind of streamlined a little bit. But they've been working on it for a long time before they released anything into beta. It is still beta. Keep that in mind. So I'm expecting good things to happen. Their hardware looks really good though. Looks really, really attractive. It's box about this size, shaped a little bit differently, and blue. So anyways, other things that I saw while I was at NEAF, Planewave was there with their big stuff, which is always really cool to see. Astrophysics was celebrating 50 years, right, since 1975, and they're all dressed up like hippies, which was pretty cool. But they released 3 scopes. 3 scopes I probably will not be able to afford, or even if I could, probably not be able to get one anyways, because they are, you have to get on the list and so on and so on, which is fine. Right, and there was some really there were some other neat things there as well. You mentioned about ZWO. iOptron had their new AZ mount, which it's like a fork mount, and they had 4 scopes on it. It was moving around. And so if you want to do sky surveys, or if you want to do LRGB all at the same time, perfect for it. Trying to think, I got to see my good friend Stephen Ramsden from Atlanta, and he has a solar outreach program that he does, and does an amazing job. We like to support him the best that we can. And then I just saw some good friends, and one thing that stood out was I can't remember their name, and I'm seeing it in my head right now. It's a tent. It's a tent from Australia, and they have a couple of. Last year there they had this big, massive one. About 8 feet in diameter, and now they have a smaller one. They call it Phoenix, which is about 6 feet in diameter. But it's an observing tent. You can close it. You can sets up easily. It's really cool, and I think they're pretty affordable for what they are. We have started talking with them, see if we can do something. Because I think everyone right now is looking for new markets to sell into, and we're just hopefully we can make something happen there. But keep an eye on the website and our emails, newsletters, and so on, because we'll be communicating through there. So, anyways, if you have any specific questions, if there's something that you want to know about with this, the StellaVita, hit me up on Starfield if you want as well. Check out the Starfield Optics website, and you can see this there. It's available for purchase now. We do have stock. But yeah, that's about it. So hey, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. The weather's getting better. Eventually. I promise. Anyways, clear skies, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.